Yeah, really difficult to know how to talk about Ireland, Brian, these days. I mean, you can talk about the upcoming games we have, but the elephant in the room really is Stephen Kenny, and he's having to field questions about what his employers are going to do with him. There's a review of his role pending, of course. That's not a great position for a manager to be in when he's trying to prepare for these games. No,
but I think everybody who follows the Irish team and would love us to be doing better are looking at the situation saying it's been very disappointing and that once again we're out of contention in the group with a few games to go. So this game has no great relevance in the short term, may have some relevance in the future in terms of seedings and points and players who have potential to get us better results in the future. We've a friendly with New Zealand, but overall the campaign has been a disaster. 2 wins against Gibraltar, and the rest of the matches are just defeats. It's disheartening, and unfortunately it's been the tale of since Stephen has got the job. We got 6 points in this group. Last time out was 7 points from 6 games in the Nations League, 9 from 8 games in the group before that, 3 points from 6 games in the Nations League before that. You can't get through groups in first or second place getting points totals like that. You've got to win games, and there was too much talk for me about the number of players who he capped. And
has he not done a good job in that regard, though, even if this is his last...
You're supposed to do that. If
20 players is a lot to bring through, and has he not left, if he does leave, a good squad there for
that
next person?
That needed to be done, and probably done more gradually than it was done. But the reality is the 20 players who come in didn't happen to win any matches, bar Gibraltar. You need to have the balance in the team. There are players that are good enough to win the games, and youth and potential that are good enough to play in the team and help you get results. I mean, Richard didn't get into the senior international team when he was 18 or 19 because he had potential. It was because he was playing first team football in England already at Everton, and he was better than some of the other players. I didn't always play him because some of the other players we had were better than him. I didn't play fellas because they were young. I played them because they were the best players. And that Stephen's done a fine job in terms of saying, he's capped players that had potential, but they haven't been able to get the results because the balance wasn't right. And I thought there was an overemphasis on getting young players into the team, particularly in the attacking positions, who haven't consistently scored goals. Now they're there and they've experience under the belt, and they may do it in the future.
Richard, we heard Jamie McGrath there speaking about how great Stephen Kenny has been for him in his career. It seems like the players are right behind him, but they are also in a tough position in these 2 games, fielding questions about the manager's future. It's not a great situation for them either.
No, it's hard. I've been in the situation where the manager's job is maybe on the line, or it looks like he's going to go.
Does it really affect things in the camp?
Only in the press conferences. In terms of being out on the pitch and all, it's just the same. Maybe, I don't know how strong the manager's message is now coming across to the players, and Jamie spoke about them being unlucky in a lot of games, and I don't think they have been. But if that's the manager's message, that shows a sign of he thinks we're doing better than we're actually doing. I think they've been poor in a lot of games rather than unlucky, and I mean, the game against the Netherlands an opportunity to put a big result on the board, but I don't think it changes the overall fact of we've been poor since Stephen's taken over in all the qualifying games. Like Brian says, we've been nowhere near competing in the groups at the later stages, and it's a difficult one now for the players, for the manager to have to see out the next couple of days. But it looks like there needs to be a change, whether that's managerial or the manager needs to change the way that he sees the game at the moment, because the style of football, although it may look better at times, it's not producing any results.
OK, well, we'll have to wait and see. We leave our